Welcome back to the 2008 Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational. Well, as we saw before the break, Robert Alexander clearly is going to be a factor at tonight's table. I'm Barry Tompkins, along with the professor of poker, Howard Lederer. And Howard, when you get a guy like Robert Alexander in a game who is inexperienced, he's an amateur, he plays off the wall, what are the pros thinking?
Well, what the pros are thinking right now is I need to get a read on this guy. They haven't played with him before, and they don't know whether he's holding the deck or whether he's playing a wild style. We know he's playing a wild style, but he's an inexperienced player. They will get a read on him. Over the long run, they will beat him. But over the course of one evening's play with his aggressive style, anything can happen.
Strudel's on. The only reason why? It's Kenny's small blind. I want to steal it.
Well, and by strudel, he means straddle. He's making a 2,400 blind, but if it's limped around to him, he will have the option to raise.
Action folding around to Dwan. He's got a king 6. And he calls.
Bit of an odd play there. I'd expect most pros to either raise on the button there or fold.
Now Tran, Jack 10. And Tran looking like he's going to raise this. And he does to 11-5.
Well, that's an aggressive play. He's putting Durr on a weak hand, a weak limp on the button. He just wants to steal that pot.
I play bad.
Dwan folds.
But he's got Alexander there playing any two cards.
Tread lightly, Kenny.
Obviously, Tran's in great shape, but
Only 2 cards.
he is out of position.
And only money.
And the flop, look at that. Pair of deuces and a tray, and Alexander has trips.
Well, certainly Kenny's going to have to fire at least one more bullet. He raised before the flop, representing a big hand.
Are you serious?
Bets 14,000.
He's got nothing.
Well, you are right, Mr. Alexander, and you have more than nothing.
Raise.
So he announces a raise.
Well, most pros would probably slow play here in position against the pre-flop raiser. But Alexander is going to raise. And a sizable raise it is, 44,200. Can't really see how Tran can play. Certainly shouldn't play. Yep, he folds.
You don't like that?
Maybe a missed opportunity for Alexander there. If he just calls and Tran hits a jack or a 10. Look, he shows the deuce. Still showing the good hands.
Quack, quack. Quack, quack.
Wants these players to think that he's playing the nuts.
Keep playing baby games with me, Kenny. I'm going to get all your money.
And Kenny Tran still trying to figure out this mystery man. Alexander, who made his fortune writing code for video games, now travels the world searching for action.
Robert Alexander from Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight's my first chance at playing with some of the world's best. I hear a lot about Kenny Tran. I hear a lot about Eli, a lot about Patrick. And what I really want to do is, I really want to send a message. I'm coming to get you.
Some people are going to be very surprised, I would say. Because some people may not even know who he is in a table. The way he's going to approach the game, they're going to be very surprised and they're going to have a lot of troubles figuring out what's going on.
No one can have enough money in front of them for me to be intimidated by any poker player in the world. Because I bet more than they do every day of the week. They think way too long. I'm much quicker. I don't take much time. I know what I'm going to do, and I know how quick I'm going to send it. In the gambling arena, I have no fear.
And so far, he is showing no fear and just steamrolling this field.
Well, and he's had some good hands, though, so far. I think he has these pros confused and on their heels.
Robert, I'm giving up on you.
I'm the worst player at the table by far. But I got luck that none of you have ever seen before.
So far, I think you're the best player.
How's that?
Because I'm the best and you beat me.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
Hansen straddling here, so action will begin with Adams. He folds. Elezra going to raise it up to 5,400.
Haven't heard from Eli in a while.
And the action folds around to Tony G, who will also throw it away.
Well, Alexander picks up ace-3 and plays. Certainly if you're going to play the jack-deuce, you aren't going to let a big hand like ace-3 go.
Gus Hansen looking at an 8-5.
Well, it's not much of a hand, but he is in position against Alexander, who's the mark here in his mind, and he wants to play a pot with him.
So 3 players to the flop. 9-8-4 on the flop. 2 hearts. Check from Alexander.
Well, Gus has flopped second pair. Ellie has 2 overcards and a straight draw. Looks like Gus is going to lead out, see where he's at. You might find that he's facing a raise here on a nice semi-bluff from Ellie Alezra.
9100 to Alezra.
Well, we know Ellie's going to at least call.
And he does call. And Alexander will fold. There's a surprise.
Robert not feeling like he could get the other 2 to fold. Much rather be heads up.
9 of diamonds on the turn, and Hansen first to act.
Well, that's a great card for Gus's hand, actually. If he was already beat with a 9, then this just made things worse, but it didn't cost him the pot. But the flush draw and the straight draw didn't get there.
He's going to bet it out, 55,500.
Well, he's trying to end the pot right here. He doesn't want to give Ellie a chance to go for his draw. It's almost like he's looking at Ellie's cards. This is a fine play, and he does pick up the pot with a very marginal hand.
So Gus Hansen trying to get back in the black. More to come as the Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational continues.